Hello everyone, my name is Birdie and I am your friendly neighborhood forest witch, and in today's video we are going blackberry picking here at a local farm in Fort Wayne, Indiana called Tanglewood Berry Farm. This is my first time picking berries at a local farm. Now when I was younger I used to live on a farm and we had berry patches, but like I said, this is my first time actually going out to a public farm and picking them, and I've brought the kids along and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. And then at the end of the video we are going to be making 2 recipes out of a family Mennonite cookbook. So let's get the berry picking.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
Oh, okay. And how much is your honey? Okay, I'll get one of these too. Here, want you to hold these? Thank you. Yep, thank you. Thanks for letting us pick your berries. I can't wait to try it. Thank you. We just got back from berry picking and the kids had so much fun that they've even asked to go another time, so I'm really excited about that. The owner of the farm is a sweet elderly gentleman, so I cannot wait to help support his local farm. We were able to collect 2 large bags of blackberries in addition to some local berry blossom honey, so I cannot wait to try that. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. But before we get into these recipes, I don't think I've ever shared on my channel that some of my family is Mennonite. So my grandfather's family, his mom and dad and their families, are part of the Mennonite community. And she actually gifted, my grandfather's mother actually gifted my grandmother a Mennonite community cookbook, and my grandmother just passed it on to me. So I wanted to try out some of these recipes. The copyright date in here is, let me see here, 1957, so it is an older book, but when I was going through it, it does have some recipes for blackberries, so I was really excited about that. And I found one called Berry Sturm, I believe, and this, when I was reading the recipe, it looks similar to maybe a bread pudding, so we'll have to see how it turns out. And then the second recipe that I want to try out is actually a juice, and it's called Blackberry Cordial, I believe it's called. And for that, you only need 2 quarts of blackberries, 2 cups of sugar, and 1 quart of weak vinegar. Now, I did want to mention when I was Googling weak vinegar, that is illegal now. So as a substitute, I will be using some rice vinegar instead. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try these recipes. Since the blackberry cordial takes 24 hours to ferment, we're going to go ahead and make that first. And it looks like we need to clean and wash our berries. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, as you can see, the recipe calls for 2 quarts of blackberries and 1 quart of weak vinegar, but I didn't want to make the whole recipe. I wanted to half it, so I did some calculations here. So I'm going to need 2 cups of vinegar and 4 cups of blackberries. So like I said earlier, I'm going to be substituting the weak vinegar for rice vinegar. Now, rice vinegar is made from fermented rice wine, and it has a sweet, delicate flavor, and it's less acidic compared to most types of vinegar. So I thought this would be a great substitute. Now, since I have the recipe and I'm going to be needing 2 cups of vinegar, I picked up 2 of these 12 fluid ounce bottles. Now, if you can't find rice vinegar within your vinegar aisle at your grocery store, check the international aisle. That's where I found this, because the only one I could find in the vinegar aisle was a seasoned rice vinegar, and we don't want it seasoned, we just want it natural. So let's go ahead and pour 2 cups of this within our jar of blackberries. So now that the vinegar's in there, I went ahead and put the lid on, and I'm gonna let it stand on the counter here for 24 hours, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish her up.
One eternity later.
So it's the next day. It's been about 26 hours, and look at that beautiful red color. Absolutely gorgeous. And let me tell you, the smell of this is definitely potent. Holy cow. So now it is time to strain the blackberries through a sieve or a colander. And before I do that though, or rather while I'm doing that, I'm also going to measure the liquid, because it says you're supposed to use 2 cups of sugar to each pint of juice. So in order to know how much sugar that we need to put in to dissolve, we are going to have to measure the juice. So let's go ahead and do that. So I was able to get 2 cups of liquid, and that is equivalent to 1 pint. So we'll need 2 cups of sugar. So we just need to dissolve the sugar in the liquid and then boil it for 30 minutes. So it's been 30 minutes and this is what it looks like. It kind of has a syrupy consistency and it's really sticky. So now I'm just going to let it cool a little bit and then I'm going to funnel it into a bottle. So this is what it looks like in the bottle, and to be honest, I think I might have messed it up. I'm not sure. It seems too thick. I might have burned it because look what we have over here. It's completely stuck because I tried putting some inside of this jar as well. Oh my gosh, it's such a mess. And then look at this. It's literally like a toffee, and I can't, look, I'm breaking my utensil there, but darn it. It does taste really good though, so that's a plus. But regardless, it says when serving as a drink, dilute to suit taste. So I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be more liquid than a solid. So I don't know. It's currently still moving around in the bottle, but the liquid is still pretty hot. So I feel like I'm gonna have a heyday trying to get that out of there once it cools down. Dang it. That's such a bummer. But if you do end up trying this recipe, please let me know. And if you are an expert baker or chef, please let me know what I did wrong. Did I burn the liquid and that's why it turned into a solid? I'm not sure, but I was really hoping to use this. That stinks. I won't be able to. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna pull the taffy off the pan and eat it that way because it's pretty good. Next up, we're going to be making the berry sturm. And for that, you need 1 quart of berries, which is equivalent to 4 cups. You'll need 3/4 cups of sugar, 12 slices of bread a day old, and 1 pint or 2 cups of rich milk. Now, for the bread, I just picked up a loaf from the bakery at Walmart, so that's what I'll be using there. And as far as the rich milk, if you don't have milk straight out of the cow, I did Google a equivalent, and you can use 1 cup of whole milk to 1 cup of heavy cream, and that's supposed to be a substitute for the rich milk. So it looks like we need to go ahead and mash our fruit and then add the sugar. So yesterday I went ahead and cleaned up all the berries. So I have 4 cups of berries here. So let's go ahead and mash them up. Now we're going to go ahead and cut our bread into small cubes. So let's go ahead and do some YouTube magic. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the bread to the berries and let it stand for 10 minutes in order for the bread to absorb the berry juice. It's been 10 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and pour the milk in. Now, I went ahead and mixed the heavy cream with the whole milk. So we're just going to pour this over the top here. And after you do that, it is ready to serve. So let's go ahead and serve some up and give it a try. So let's go ahead and try this Blackberry sturm. Like I said at the beginning, it kind of reminds me of bread pudding, so let's see how it tastes. Wow, it's really, really good. There's enough tartness from the berry that offsets the sweetness of the milk and the sugar. Wow, and normally I don't like soggy bread, but since it's day old and hasn't been sitting very long, the bread still has its firmness, I guess, and it tastes really good. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you happen to try out these recipes, definitely let me know how they turned out and if you liked them. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, friends. Bye.